Glad to be back. It's Friday. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty damn excited. Yeah, for the record, I do have some new software that I'm messing around with. It's pretty fun. It's got all sorts of little things on here. But my favorite is this one. It's a good time. So, yesterday we talked about the book, The One Thing, and we went over the 6 lies between you and success. I hope you guys got a little bit out of that. I know, like I said, when I read the book, it actually hit home on a lot of things. Some of it I was kind of like, well, maybe not. I don't really agree with all of it, but for the most part, the book was spot on. But as far as the 6 lies go, I felt it was imperative that I add a lie. And I was thinking about it this morning, and I was like, there's something that you could add to this that I think is very important. A lot of people miss when it comes to goal setting and knocking out tasks. And that lie is, I have to do this on my own. Now, don't be wrong. There's some people that really feel that have to do it by themselves with no help in order to feel that accomplishment. To say, you know what, I did this all by myself. I didn't need anybody's help. There are others who have no choice but to do it on their own because they don't have anyone. But I say you don't have to do it by yourself, and you shouldn't do it by yourself. And let me caveat this by saying there's a difference between asking for help to accomplish something and asking for support. All right. And for me, support is someone who is there to listen to my ideas and to tell me what I need to hear, not necessarily what I want to hear all the time. And I've mentioned this in the past, like I do. I repeat things so everybody can hear it more than once because there might be new people here. But my support network happens to be my wife, my best friend, and then a group of coaches I work with on a weekly basis. And that group of coaches that I work with, I bounce ideas off them. They bounce ideas off me, and then of course I talk to my wife on a regular basis about things I'm doing. How does this come off? What does it look like? Do I sound like a d bag? Stuff like that. And then of course my best friend. He's got his own business, and he's been running it for going on a decade now, and it's pretty successful, and he's killing it. So I definitely talk to him on a regular basis. So one, I can feel that piece of sanity when I've got a wild idea, and I want to execute, or I got a wild idea and I'm like, does this sound accurate? Like, should I even do it? And they tell me, no, that's stupid, or yeah, no, that's great, or the best one is you don't know until you try. And that's what I hear most often from my support network is you have to try, right? So the support, what does that look like? I mean, it looks like a lot of things. There are folks that have mentors in the game. I've got a mentor. He's had a mentor, and even when I was in active duty, I had mentors that I really didn't call them a mentor, but they were definitely individuals that I looked up to on a regular basis when it came to operating in a leadership position, especially when I became, quote unquote leader within the unit I was in at the time. I always had to lean on someone else to get a sanity check on the decisions I was making, actions that I took or didn't take, and it helped out. And that support network got me to where I am today. Right? I don't think if I didn't have that support network, I wouldn't be on this screen talking to you guys right now at all. What I would be doing is probably sitting here playing Call of Duty all day, getting fat and fat and fatter. Uh, but I'm retired. I just have a little bit of winter weight year round, right? Just kidding. So I think it's important that we do have a support network, and that goes across the board, whether it's professional or personal. In the professional sense, you have to have some folks that you can talk to on a regular basis to figure out new things to do within the business. If you own a business, if you don't own a business and you're working for a corporation or a company, and you have a section, then you definitely need a support network there as well. Especially if you're in a leadership position and you need a little bit of guidance when it comes to, all right, I've got this scenario. Can I bounce this off of you? You need somebody to call. It just helps. Especially when you have those tough situations where, let's say, you've got to let somebody go, right? and you're not sure if you're making the right decision. Getting a sanity check is always good. Now, on the personal sense, on the personal side, you also need a support network. Like I've talked to a few folks that are trying to make changes in their life, and one thing that they're trying to do is do it by themselves. Even though what they're trying to do is for not only their benefit, is for the benefit of everyone around them. So I encourage them to, one, tell people what you're doing, especially the ones that it's going to affect the most. And this goes for professional and personal, right? Every decision that you make should be shared. And that way, one, you can hear what other people think about it, um, and two, it can either make you change your mind or solidify what you're thinking, right? Hearing all the different sides of the story. So, with that said, it's always important to share what you're trying to accomplish. If you've got a goal in mind, find somebody that's going to hold you accountable, or be your cheerleader, if you will. Some people need accountability, other people need a cheerleader. But that cheerleader needs to be someone that's not going to say, you got it, good job, every time. It's got to be a cheerleader only when it makes sense. So you need someone you can trust, someone who's honest, and someone's going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. In my opinion, that's like the best way to go about achieving your goals. Because at the end of the day, if you think about all the people that have been successful in the past, when you see them up on stage getting an award or for whatever it is it, yeah, I busted my ass, I did everything I could to get here, I had no help? No. There's typically a laundry list of individuals they're thanking. And it's them being thankful for having them in their life, for supporting them in their endeavor, for letting them know when they were being crazy, for letting them know when they weren't being crazy. It's important to have that. Successful people lean on other successful people. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to go at anything in life alone. And if you feel that way, then I think you need to get out a little bit more. Reach out to the folks that reach out to people. And I want to say reach out to the folks that you say are your friends, but most likely they are, they are your friends, and they're probably going to help you any which way they can if you allow them to. And that's an important thing to think about as well. You have to allow people to help you along the way. It's not a sign of weakness if you need to talk to someone to go over something. It's actually a sign of strength. It takes a bigger person to admit they need to, you know, get some stuff off their chest when it comes to, all right, I'm confused. I'm not sure if this is even working. Am I on the right path? And then your friend will grab you by the shoulder, shake the shit out of you, maybe even give you a couple slaps. And I'm like, look, you're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. And if you're not doing great, if you're fucking it up by the numbers, then they're going to tell you, right? And those are the people you need in your life. Those are the people you should be seeking out. Trust me, they're there. You just have to allow them to get in. All right. So I really wanted to just come back and talk about that piece. It's Friday. I know hopefully everybody's got big plans for the weekend now that things are slowly starting to open back up all over the nation, except for a few places. I'm not going to start naming locations. Michigan. But, for those of you that are opening up, and for those of you that are getting out and about and getting back to, as they like to call it, the new normal, I think it's important that you enjoy it. Make plans to get out of the house if you're able to get out of the house. If you can leave, leave. Don't stay stuck, cooped up. Go get out. Go out and get some vitamin D, get some sun, take a walk, wave to your neighbors, and just get out and get some social contact. Not like this through electronic devices. Even if it's talking from across the street, it's time to get back out there and get to intermingling with people. But on that note, I'm gonna say peace out. I really appreciate those of you who tuned in. If you end up catching the replay, leave a comment and let me know that you came. Also, let me know what you think. Like, what is your personal thought on support networks? And is it needed or is it not needed? And there's no wrong answer. This is a discussion. It's more of I want to hear what people have to say about it. I personally think that for me, I need people in my life that are going to champion my ideas or tell me when my idea is shit. And I have an awesome crew of individuals that tell me when I'm right and when I'm wrong, and I love it. And sometimes it's hard, yes. For those of you who are very, how can I put it, sensitive, we'll just call you sensitive, with receiving criticism, that's one thing you're going to have to get over. All right. Get over being criticized and realize that the individual that is giving you criticism, when it's constructive, is there for you. They're helping you out. All right. If it's not constructive criticism, well, then it's time to get a new friend, somebody else to talk to about your goals. But with that, I'm gonna sign out. I really appreciate everybody that stopped by. Again, come see me in the comments. Tell me what you think and tell me what you got planned for the weekend. All right. Thanks, y'all.